All right, our first comedian of the night is a Jew from New York. Give it up for Jeff Simon! Give it up for Scotty.
How's everybody doing tonight? This Scotty, you're supposed to say I'm a Jew from New York.
I said that.
Oh, you did? I'm sorry, Scotty, sorry. I am a Jew from New York. I'm not religious. The only time I believe in God is when I need a favor. Like if I owe somebody money and he's dying, I'll say, please God, no miracles this time, just let the motherfucker die. Or if I'm not feeling good and I have to go to the doctor, I'll say, please God, anything but cancer. You know, I'll take heart disease, psoriasis, shingles. I hope you're not mad at me for marrying that chick, sir. I got the best deal I ever made was marrying a shiksa. That's a girl that's not Jewish. We had 3 kids, none of them got bar mitzvah. I made $100,000 on that deal. We got married by a priest and a rabbi. The priest, my wife's priest, didn't want to marry us because, you know. So when I showed him some naked pictures of my 8-year-old nephew who was invited to the wedding, he gave me a high five, said, "I'll do your ceremony." The rabbi didn't want to marry us either, but when I said, "Shut the fuck up, you're getting $100 for 5 minutes work," he gave me a high five and a low five, and he said, "I'll do your ceremony." And I was born in Brooklyn, Brookdale Hospital. It's the only hospital in New York City where they did the Nazi salute, and the doctors had a Hitler mustache. I grew up in the 50s. I was a big baseball fan. My favorite player was the Mickey Mantle. I used to wear number 7 in Little League, and I used to show for all the games, drunk or stoned, just like the Mick. My favorite Jew on the Yankees was the general manager. They finally got a Jew in the 70s, Ronnie Bloomberg, no relation to Mayor Bloomberg. Unfortunately, Mayor Bloomberg was better than that piece of shit. I was talking to this Upper East Side. Can you laugh a little louder being videotaped? I want to send this to a fucking booker, you know. I want to get a paying gig before I fucking die, you know. I was talking to this Upper East Side Jew who just dumped his wife for a hot young Russian chick. Don't feel bad for the wife. She's getting the summer house in the Hamptons, the East Side apartment, the Mercedes, the season's tickets to the Knicks, and the bitch is getting $5 million in cash. There any women that aren't married here? You should be on the Upper East Side trying to get some Jew to marry you. I mean, you'll be set for life. Get out of the rat race. Stop this. Jerk, you're spending your life, whatever. I can't talk. I don't know what the hell is wrong with me. I went to the Knick game Friday night. I love Mike Woodson. Mike Woodson. He's the best coach. You know, he's black. He's the best coach since Red Holtzman. The only problem with him, you know, he's black, is that he sucks up to the only white guy in the team, Steve Novak. He's the biggest piece of shit in the NBA. He's the worst guy in the Knicks. And he gets more playing time than 5 guys on the Knicks who are better than him. You know? I used to coach AAU. You know, when my son was in high school. I treated everybody the same. I treated everybody like shit. Except for this one guy, he wasn't that good. He got the most playing time on the team, and he started because his mother just got divorced. She was really hot. I wanted to do her really bad. If Woodson is not banging Novak's wife, there's no reason, you know, for him getting his playing time. I told that joke better at 5 o'clock, but what can I fucking tell you? I divorced my last wife 12 years ago. I would have divorced her a lot sooner, but I can't believe I would have divorced her a lot sooner. But my father-in-law told me, if you divorce my daughter, you'll be dog food. I had to wait for this motherfucker to die. And right before he died, I meant to ask him if he was serious about the dog food line. But he says to me, can you tape the John Wayne movie festival on Sunday? Can you imagine this being your last fucking thing to say to somebody when you're dying? Can you imagine that? When I'm gonna die, which might be soon, I got like 4 or 5 jokes that I'm gonna tell. I got like 4. The first, all these jokes that bombed, or they were racist jokes that didn't work. Like the first joke would be like, President Obama, he's finally doing something for black unemployment. He's expanded the NBA to 500 teams. That's gonna be a joke when I'm dying. And I got this like this humongous ass joke. Puerto Ricans love humongous asses. I'm gonna tell that joke. And then I got this joke where I punch my mother-in-law in the face.
Yeah.
Which bombed. All right. And then I got the joke where I threw my cat out the window out of a 10-story window. This cat would not stop bothering me. It's an animal episode. I got divorced, and I'm sorry, the best time to meet a woman is like when her husband dies. You gotta start making your move as soon as the casket starts getting lowered into the ground, before guys start hitting on them, and before they get on these dating websites, and before their friends start, their girlfriend starts telling them bullshit, Like I was at this guy's funeral, and right after the funeral was over and everybody started walking to their car, I started to make my move towards this widow, and this pizza delivery guy got to her before I did. This motherfucker's car has been on a drive ever since the day of the funeral. That was a fucking lull in the action here. I'm a pharmacist. I work for Rite Aid. My goal at Rite Aid is not to get fired. My goal is not to get fired. Like, my boss is a gay Jew who loves cock. He hates my guts because I keep getting customer complaints and I failed the last mystery shopper report. The mystery shopper comes in, I don't know who he was, and he says, "What do you have for rectal itch?" And I go like this. He goes, "What the fuck is that?" I go, "It's your finger, it's the best thing for rectal itch." This guy gives me a 0 on a mystery shopper report. And I swear to God, my boss comes in the next day to fire me. I said to this guy, said to my boss, "You suck my dick. There's no way you're going to fire me because it's a mystery shopper doesn't have a sense of humor." So he says, "Okay, you can keep your job, but you got to sign this agreement saying I get to suck your cock whenever you get a customer complaining you fail a mystery shopper report." I had to do it. I need the medical benefits, My wait time at Rite Aid is 20 minutes. The only exception is if some daddy's little girl entitlement bitch double parks our car in front of Rite Aid and threatens to call my district manager if I don't rush her script and get me fired. So I did it in like 2 minutes. I hate daddy's little girl entitlement bitches. Except for my daughter, who I love because she's my daughter would get me fired. My daughter would get me fired. I swear to God. And then after she got me fired, I'd call her up 2 weeks later, and she'd still be mad at me for not filling the script. She could not give a shit that I got fired. Any daddy's little girl entitlement bitches here? Come on. You look like one.
No, I have a daughter, you said.
Oh, I'm sorry. Really? I'm sorry. Okay, we just got this blood pressure machine installed in the waiting area of the pharmacy, and people take their reading and they ask me to comment on it. And they go like, 120 over 80, and I go, get out of 10, that's perfect, that's great. And they go, 110 over 70, what do you want to live forever? 240 over 190, you're gonna die in your sleep tonight. And then this lady calls me up the same time every day, this old lady. She calls me up the same time every day. She's an old lady, she has memory loss. Whatever you tell her, she forgets in 1 minute. She'll forget whatever you tell her in 1 minute. And she asks me the same question every day. She calls up and says, are geriatrics as good as brand name? And I said, oh, you mean generics? You mean generics are as good as brand names? I say, generics are just as good as brand name, and plus they're a lot cheaper. plus they're a lot cheaper. Does that answer your question, you stupid, smelly cunt bitch? Does that answer your question? And she goes, yes, thank you. And then, do you have any other questions? Oh yeah, are geriatrics as good as brand name? I said, I can't believe, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna come over your house at 9 o'clock when I get out of work, and I'm gonna shove my big hairy cock down your throat. And then I'm gonna chloroform you to death. Because I can't take you calling me up every freaking day. I just can't take it. Do I got time for one more quickie joke? Okay, one more quickie joke. I work in Staten Island, and everybody's like a drug addict there. Everybody's a drug addict. And they come in with these phony OxyContin scripts all day long. And it can't feel too, you know what OxyContin is, right? It's the oral form of heroin. It's like the oral form of heroin. Everybody on Staten Island's a drug addict. They come in all day long with phony scripts. And I can't fill too many of them because I could get, I could pay a fine or lose my license. So I only fill the script if they act like they're in pain, because it's. So this guy comes in, he says, I got terminal cancer, I'm gonna die in 3 months. I wish I could die today. I can't take the pain anymore. I said, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I know this guy. He's had terminal cancer since 1958. There's no way you could have terminal cancer and be alive 55 years later. And then this guy comes in a wheelchair. He got shot in the back in Iraq. He's paralyzed from the waist down. And I said, get the fuck out of here. This guy dunked on me in a playground yesterday. He did one of these John Starks in your face Michael Jordan dunks. I said to this guy, don't ever dunk on me again if you want your scripts filled here, you motherfucker, All right, thank you very much.
I like to keep it going, yeah.